Folks, quick vlog here at the end of my day. I had a good day today, actually. Managed my diet for the most part. Went up to the library to see my friend Barb because we haven't seen each other in forever, and that was fun. Also got an assignment back from one of my professors where he grades kind of a little bit different, where most professors say you have a total of X possible points, and, oh, this is only worth 8 out of X stuff. This guy does it like, if you get a minus 5, where you lose 5 points to your total grade, or you get a check, where your total grade doesn't change, or you get a plus 5, where 5 points are added to your total grade. I got a plus 5, and he never gives those out. So, like, my assignment was just the bee's knees, apparently. Oh! My mind blanked on why I wanted to do this. I got in this little argument on a National Rifle Association post on Facebook a little while ago. These guys... Well, first of all, let me be very clear that I support the National Rifle Association, and I totally support everyone's right to bear arms. I totally support your right to own a gun, and, more power to you. I might even own a few guns later on in my life when I'm collecting things. I like to collect, relics of the past, and I might own a few muskets or something like that, purely collectible things that could still fire if I wanted it to, pistols from the Civil War. I'd really love to own a revolver, honestly. Like, if I ever chose a gun to just carry for personal protection, it would be a revolver, because I love revolvers. But secondly, never go to the NRA for intelligent discussion, because I made this post. They said, "How glad are you that Piers Morgan has had his show canceled?" And like, why are you guys rejoicing that someone lost their job again? Exactly. I mean, CNN was well within their right to cancel Piers Morgan's show based on low ratings. That's fine. That's a business decision, and they're well within their right to do that. What pissed me off were these so-called patriots who were decrying Piers Morgan's opinion and his right to his opinion. They were decrying freedom of speech, really. They were saying how much of a loser he is for thinking the way he does, for trying to take guns away, and saying, didn't he learn from 1776? When you try and take an American's gun away, we rebel. And, 1776 didn't start because of gun control, okay? Yeah, the catalyst was Lexington and Concord, where the British went to secure some rifles. Sure, why not? We'll go with that. But the cause of the Revolutionary War wasn't gun control. It was taxation and representation within government and a right to freedom of speech. People were furious because they were being taxed unfairly. And really, the revolution wouldn't have happened had Parliament just given us, 2 representatives in the House of Commons. We'd been like, okay, you know what? Fine. We're a small portion of the crown, and at least we have representation. There's that. The revolution would have happened had that happened. Yeah. But these guys are saying shit oh, go back to England where you belong. Only Americans should live in America. One, you're an immigrant. I guarantee at some point in your life you can find a member of your family who emigrated to America. So don't even say that shit about how only Americans belong in America. By that logic, all of you should be gone. All of us should be gone. I should be gone. And I'm part Native American. But aside from that, you've got these people who are arguing that the right to bear arms, the Second Amendment right, should be constitutionally upheld, but Piers Morgan's and everyone else's First Amendment right, the right to freedom of speech and freedom of expression, should be repressed because it is not how they believe. And that is bullshit, and that pisses me off. I'll tell you something right now. That the most important rule, the most important law in the Constitution is the right to freedom of speech, the right to the freedom of the press, of expression, the right to say what's on your mind, no matter what anyone else says. And you know what? I'm raging against them, but the thing is, I would defend their right to say I don't deserve to have my opinion voiced, that I should keep my opinion to myself and never speak it, I will defend their right to say that because that's their fucking right. Just like it's my right to call them on their bullshit. It's my right to say, no, you're wrong, and you need to look at the other side and admit that they have differing opinions and respect that. You can respect a differing opinion without accepting it as your personal truth. It is the mark of an intelligent man to entertain a thought but not subscribe to it. It is the mark of intelligence and integrity. It is just the mark of not being fucking stupid. To look at the other side of the argument and say, you know what? I see where you're coming from. I can see you have a point. I respectfully disagree. But you do have a point, and that's the way you feel. That is how things should be done. That is how things should always be done. That's how you should always approach every debate ever. You should not approach it with the mindset of, I'm right, he's wrong, and there's nothing you can change about that. You should approach it with the idea of, I believe the way I believe for X, Y, Z reasons. He will believe the way he believes for ABC reasons. And you know what? There's a slight possibility that I might see some logic in his argument. Now, if you find someone who doesn't have logic behind their argument, you respectfully say, okay, you believe that. I respect your opinion. I respect your right to feel that way. You're objectively wrong because you're using false facts, like the people I was arguing with were. But I respect your opinion to feel that way. Having said that, when you meet these people, for the love of God, for the love of all that is holy and decent, for the love of whatever deity you believe in, even if it's not a deity, for the love of Arceus, of Lord Helix, of Jesus, of Allah, of Buddha, of insert deity here, for the love of the Pastafarian monster, don't say the other side doesn't have a point and doesn't deserve or doesn't have a right to speak their mind. Don't try and silence the other side by shouting louder. Because what you're doing then is you're being a hypocrite. Thy hypocrite, pull the log from thine own eye before you try to pull the mote from thy brother's eye. You Bible-thumping morons don't even understand it, and I hate to say it like that, because I'm a Bible-thumping moron too sometimes, but Jesus, mother-loving Christ, guys. If you're going to claim that this nation should be based around the Bible and should be based around the right to own arms, you should at least get the Bible right and try and not be the exact thing it tells you not to be. You should at least try and not be a hypocrite about what rights you decide to uphold and enforce, and for who. The Constitution says that we're all created equal and that we all have equal representation under the law. Unless... It doesn't say that. There is no unless in the Constitution. That you are equal. Your opinions are equal. Your rights are equal under the law. There is no, well, everyone's equal except... There was. And you know what? We did away with that shit. It was called Jim Crow. It was called slavery. We did away with that because it was dumb, because we realized we were being stupid. Granted, we were pressured into it by the international community and by our own domestic policies. But we grew beyond that. We grew beyond just hating each other. At least I thought we did. You look at Arizona, and Arizona's trying to pass Jim Crow laws against gay people. Why? Why? Do you honestly think you're being fair? Oh, I have a right not to serve people who are against my religion. You know what? Sure. Just have at it. Refuse their business. Refuse their business. Go ahead. Go ahead. And then see what happens when they call the Better Business Bureau, you ignorant fuckwit. If you deny someone service based on a legitimate reason, say they were harassing your employees, or you deny them service on a legitimate reason like threatening your place of business, that's fine. That is you protecting your investment. That is you protecting your employees. Denying someone service because they like a guy, and he happens to have a penis too, is the same as denying someone service because his skin is black. So anyway, that's my rant. I got really pissed off at those guys. I really did, because the idea that they would claim to be patriots. Claim to be patriots. People who love everything this nation stands for. Patriots. And say, I'm a patriot because I support gun rights. Because I support my right to own a gun. Because I support the freedoms this country provides. And then say that the other side doesn't have a right to free speech. You ever wanted to punch someone so hard that you just... Ooh. I hate people like that. I hate hypocrites. I will be the first to admit, there are times when I act like a hypocrite myself. I will admit that right out in the open, and I try and fix that. I try and work on that, and not be as hypocritical as I could be. There are times when I am. We all are at times. There are times when we all act like a hypocrite once or twice. But when people live like hypocrites, when they don't even acknowledge that they're hypocrites, when they are bold-faced hypocrites, it pisses me off. It really does. It really, really irritates me that these people are voting. And voting based on who gets to speak. It pisses me off that these people are voting based on party and not by the candidate. I don't even understand people. I don't. Sometimes I actually lose hope in humanity because I look at what we do and I'm like, there is no goodness inside of us. There can't be. Not when things like this happen. There's no intelligent life on this planet. Not when I read things like this. But you know, I never truly lose hope. Like, I lose hope for a minute, but then it's like, you know what? They don't represent the whole. They really don't. Like, people like me, people like you watching this right now, they're the whole. You are the whole of humanity. You are, I hope at least, the goodness inherent in people. If nothing else, you've probably shown it more than once in your life, and you've probably done something out of the kindness of your heart. And I urge you to keep doing that. I really do. You don't have to do much. Really, it's just one act of kindness a day can make the world so much brighter. It really can. It really can. I've had people tell me that I made their day so much better just by smiling and telling them have a good day. I've had people tell me that's exactly what I needed to hear today. Just by telling them, you know what, God loves you and God bless. You know, you can make the world such a better place with just a smile. And a laugh and just a sincere, how are you doing? You just, don't, if you work in customer service, and this is going on a little bit long, if you work in customer service in any type, never, okay, if you want to be promoted in customer service, invest in your customers. Invest in them. Not just that, but be invested. If you understand what I mean. It's one thing, like, we'll use my experience at McDonald's. It's one thing for someone to pull up to the window and you go, hi, how are you? Thank you. It's one thing to do that. You're told to say, hi, how are you? You're told to say hi. Hi, thank you for choosing McDonald's. How can I help you today? You're told to say that, and you don't care. And people can tell when you don't care. People can tell when you're not being sincere. What we don't realize, more often than not, and if you actually pay attention to your own experiences with customer service, you can tell the ones who are being sincere and the ones who aren't. You really can. And it's really subtle. It's really, really subtle. And you know what it is? I'll tell you what it is. It's all in the smile. It's all in the smile. I guarantee it. You can tell from the tone of their voice, from their smile, whether or not they're being sincere about whether or not they care. So if you work in customer service and you want to make someone's life better, if you want to make someone's day just a tiny little bit better, and if you want to be promoted and get a raise, be honest. Be sincere. When you open that drive-thru window, don't say, hi, how are you? When you open that drive-thru window, you see them, you smile, and you be happy to see them. Not because, you've been waiting all your life for this person. No. Be happy to see them because they might not have made it there today. They're alive. You know what? That is awesome. Being alive is awesome. And seeing people, even when they're in a rough spot, especially if they're in a rough spot, you see them, you smile. And you say, "Hi, how are you doing today?" And be honest and ask them. If they say, "Oh, I'm fine," you say, "Okay, that's good. Maybe I can make your day just a little bit better. Hopefully by the time you leave my window, that fine will be into a good." Just do something like that. Make people smile. There is a severe plague in this world. I suffer from it myself sometimes. Where people feel worthless. People feel like no one cares. They feel like if I die today, no one's going to notice. The world's going to keep turning. And the world will keep turning. It will. I'm not going to deny that. But if I guess what I'm trying to say is that you can save lives just by being a good person, just by being nice and being cheerful and chaos theory. That's chaos theory. You can save lives just by showing people. Don't tell them. Never just tell someone, you're not worthless. Show them they're not worthless. Show them that they mean something. Show them that they're cared about. Take an interest in just something small. If you're in customer service, it could be their shirt. Just like, "Oh, that's a really nice shirt you got there. Like, "Oh, I really love that show." They may feel awkward at first. They're going to. Because no one in customer service does that. But take an interest and show them that they're not worthless. Show them that they're cared about. Show them that they matter. Show them that in this world of darkness, there's just a small little ray of light. And it's when the world is darkest that little ray of light is infinitely brighter. Just be the happiness you want to see in the world. Be the light of the world. And I'm gonna kind of rip off Jew Wario here for a second and speak straight to you. Because I know some of you who watch these things are going through a rough time. I just want to let you know that rough time that you're going through, whatever it is, you're going to get through it. You're going to get through it, and you're going to do amazing things with your life. You're going to do the impossible. By waking up and living, you've already done the impossible. So never think you're worthless. Never think, "I can't do that." Because you know what? You woke up today. You can do the impossible. I believe in you. And if you feel that no one cares about you, if no one else ever tells you this, I will tell you this. I care about you. I care about what happens to you and where you go from here. Because if we've never met, if we see each other every day, you're my friend, whoever you are. And I love you. God loves you. God bless you guys. Peace.